go to number 1 on the councilman, which is Reese.
I live at 142 Northeast 37th Street. It's my first or fourth place on Oak Island. I came here and bought a mobile home, remodeled it, sold it, bought a house, remodeled it, sold it. Boom, boom, boom. Finally ended up in a house I wanted to retire in and stay in the rest of my time here. And that's where I am now. I'm 57. My math is right. Not getting any younger, but I'm enjoying myself in my retirement. Occupation, I am retired from the North Carolina Community College System. I retired from Alamance Community College as a department head in the Industrial Science Division. I have a couple of degrees in that area. Immediate family, I've got a couple of daughters, 3 granddaughters from this old to that old. Love them a lot. They'll be here at Christmas. I'm looking forward to that. I'm a Republican, registered Republican. Not hard to find that out about me. I was a precinct chair here before I was elected to council in 2003. Politician you most admire. I'd say Ralph Stockert in Graham, North Carolina, council member there that I've been friends with for 35 years. When I told him I was going to run for council in 2003, he said, well, just remember this. If everybody agrees with you all the time on everything you say, you're lying to somebody. And I think about that. So I don't expect to please everybody. Nobody can. The majority of the community needs to be represented and represented well to the best of my ability. That's what I intend to do. But everybody's not going to be pleased with what I do. I try to correct any mistakes I've made. I've made a bunch. If I didn't, I'd bump the Pope out of his job. It's not going to happen. I try to correct anything that I do that's not right as quick as I can. As far as I've got a Jeep, I've got a pickup truck, I've got a dog about 4 pounds, a rescue puppy from Betty's organization. I've had her 3 years. I recognize a lot of folks out here. A lot of faces are familiar. I don't know your name, and sadly I probably met you because you or a family member was sick or injured. But I get to see a lot of the community and a lot of my volunteer work. It's a place in my heart to serve the community, whether it be an elected official, an appointed board member, or volunteer work with emergency services or beach preservation, or whatever the case may be. Commitment to the community is what I'm about. What sets me apart? Again, I don't like to use the word opponent like Betty mentioned. Wouldn't be up here at this table if we didn't have a commitment to serve the community. So my endeavor is to get a seat on the council again. I've served from 2003 to 2007. Board of Adjustments before that, the planning board since then. And I'd like to get a seat back on the council this coming election and try to continue some of the things that I had in the back of my mind but wasn't quite maybe ready or had time enough to get through my last term. Not that I'm any better or know more. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to hold a seat on council. If you're honest, have some integrity and commitment to the community, common sense, maybe that's all it takes is qualifications for council. I think I've got those. Strong attribute. Again, integrity, honesty, commitment. That's the way I was raised. I'm too old to change. Most unusual thing about you, few people know. I was in a pretty bad car accident when I was 17 and had to drop out of high school. So I'm a high school dropout. I went back and got my GED at a place called the Technical Institute of Alamance, the same college that I retired from 32 years later as a department head. I'm pretty proud of that. That institution got me through a lot of things. So a lot of folks don't know that. The biggest issues facing the town. Obviously, we got to get our sewer system back on track and finished. The big black snake's been laying there and there on the end of East Oak Island Drive now for weeks and weeks and weeks. We need to get it underwater so we can get our system going. We got some debt service coming up. Hate to say it, but taxes are going to change. It's inevitable. I can't stand here and tell you that, oh, there's not going to be a tax increase. I'd be lying to you if I said that, and I'm not going to lie to you. We got debt service on some capital projects coming up. We expect that, hopefully keep it to a bare minimum, and if we keep spending now down to a minimum, that effect will be less of a hardship on us. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Bill Johnson. I'm going to be your representative on town council. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. Feel better? This is going to get it. I've been a property owner in Oak Island now for 10 years and lived here full time for 4. I was born in 1946, that makes me 63. 2 more years. Medicare, Navy. And my wife was 26 years, Cindy, who's in the audience there, and I had 2 sons at East Carolina University. I'm also a graduate of East Carolina with a degree in business administration. I manage major sales organizations with budgets that exceed $30 million, so I'm used to that. After 15 years in Cary, we relocated to Oak Island, where I'm a real estate broker, a network marketing rep, and I've had a few small businesses before that. When I was in Cary, I was appointed as a charter member of the Economic Development Commission. I served that for 6 years, and then I was appointed to a 4-year term on the Planning and Zoning Board. I vacated that term early to move to Oak Island. Shortly after I arrived here, I volunteered as assistant with the Chamber of Commerce, calling on many small businesses who I empathize with, having been one myself. We're faced with new challenges in the very near future. We need to plan for it. We need to have a vision for it. While serving on the Economic Development Commission, I had the opportunity to be on the team to help design a plan for Cary's growth for the future. We worked with members of the public to create the town's Economic Development Action Plan. And the result of that effort, it molded what citizens of Cary wanted their town to look like in 25 years. I want to do the same thing here. Folks, we're facing challenges caused by many factors, most notably the economy. We got to remember that you elect us to run the town's businesses, in which times like these are very difficult to do. In the next 2 to 5 years, we face growth probably unlike any we've ever seen around here. Just like a hurricane, I don't like to use that word, but it's heading in our direction. We can choose to sit back and do nothing, or we can prepare and be ready for it. As you know, we have a new bridge and extension to the runway. It's going to double or triple the economic impact of our town. We must be prepared for that growth, and I feel I'm qualified to help manage that. I've been there before. I look around the room and I'm impressed with it's a lot bigger crowd than I thought it would be. But you know, a community can only be as good as the citizens that are in it. The decisions you make on November 3rd not only affect this community, but the town, the county, and the state. We must be involved. You need to get involved. You, all of us need to get involved. You need a voice on the council, and I'll do my best to provide that if given the opportunity. Thank you very much.